go ahead and kick this off. So thanks for joining for the Lua Skills Marketplace onboarding call. We're really excited to kick this off. So we're going to take some time for you to meet the team that's here, Stefan, Rares, and me, talk you through the company, and then talk through what we're trying to do here with the Skills Marketplace and how you can contribute and get paid to contribute to Lua. So I'm Curtis. I'm the head of growth. We'll intro each person as we kind of get to the part that they're running through. But what we're talking about specifically today here is just the Skills Marketplace. We do want to give you some background on the company. You know, we do more than just these skills, but Lua is an AI infrastructure platform that you can use to build AI agents. So there's a lot of different ways to interact with Lua. We just wrapped up Y Combinator last week. So a lot of exciting things going on with Lua right now, but we're in heavy growth mode, and this is part of that initiative. So we'll walk you through some resources in a minute, but first I want to kick things over to Stefan to talk about his vision, what he's building, what he's built, and where we're going with the company.
Awesome. Thanks, Curtis. Welcome, everyone. Stefan Kruger. I'm the co-founder and CTO at Lua. So I think you can fundamentally think of Lua as an abstraction layer sitting on top of everything that's complex about building AI. So if you've ever built an AI agent through LangChain or any of the other kind of frameworks, you would have gotten a sense that it's actually quite complicated, and it takes a bit of time building the infrastructure, understanding the memory layer, how to kind of chain context or message context, message history, downstream routing. So all these small things that help you make your AI agent consistent. So what we've done is we've built an abstraction layer. Over the last 8 months, we've built agents across various verticals: on-demand food delivery, hotel bookings, restaurant bookings, etc. And we learned a lot through that experience. And what this abstraction layer does is it gives you the ability to start writing your business logic for real impact from day one. And that's how we kind of define what a skill set is in an agent. We've got this ecosystem. The agent can run in the ecosystem. You can connect it to the real world using webhooks, APIs, WhatsApp, any kind of channel you want to upstream. And you get to write just your skill set, which is basically an integration downstream into something that's functional. So we believe that AI agents need to interact with the real world in existing systems versus trying to replace all these systems. And I think all of us have seen AI agents are great at automating mundane tasks. So things that usually take a long time, takes a lot of processing power, a huge amount of kind of resources. It's really good at consistently executing down those. So you can think about it as document verification, bank statement reconciliation, conversations with users, booking kind of appointments, anything around that kind of task that doesn't really take too much skill set from a human, but it becomes one of those things that becomes quite a burden of cost on the business. You can look at an AI agent taking those things off. And obviously it can be quite creative, analyzing huge quantities of data, helping you through creative thinking patterns and system design, which we all kind of know the kind of agentic era being. I think the one thing that we kind of focused on initially when we started Lua was to move out of the slam poetry cycle or just the chatbot cycle of an AI agent. There's so much more to these LLMs than just interpreting your natural language. We've gone down the process now with some of these stronger models, and OpenAI and Claude actually has the ability to think and critically think and execute certain things downstream. So you can look at Lua as being the infrastructure player, helping engineers to quickly and very effectively deliver AI agents, and obviously bring business impact, because no one wants to work in a company where you don't really have an impact. So hopefully what we're building helps you all. We're still very early in our journey. As Curtis mentioned, we just finished Y Combinator, learned a whole lot, and obviously we want to spend more time with developers and the community around us and enable them to build as much as we possibly can. I'm gonna hand over to Rares. So Rares is one of our platform engineers. He is the architect and orchestrator of the marketplace, and I'll let him dive into a little bit of context there. But welcome, everyone. Please feel free to give us any feedback. It's always welcome. Like we're trying to build this for developers, as I mentioned.
Yeah. Thanks, Stefan. Hey, I'm Rares, and I don't know if you guys have seen my videos because I haven't posted them anywhere yet, I guess, Curtis. But I've made a series on how to build an agent on the Lua platform, like from start to finish, including an integration with Discord. And I'm going to share that on Discord right away after this. But meanwhile, let me share my screen and I have to give permissions. Yeah, I think I'll have to join you up on the meeting because I have to give permissions. Just a second.
I think Raresh got a new machine, which is the age-old setting up story.
While he does that, I'm going to show some resources for the developer community. So I think all of you are already on it, but let me just share my whole screen. Whereas while you pull that up, I'm just going to share and get those permissions set up. I'm going to share a couple developer resources, and then we can jump into actually building the skills. So feel free to take your time on that. So I think you guys have all seen, do you see my screen? Thumbs up, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this Lua developer community Discord, I think you're all members of this. Community is more than just about the Skills Marketplace edition. So we, as Stefan alluded to, we want to be a developer first and developer friendly platform. And so this is a place for people who are building on Lua, whether it's building skills or actually building agents for themselves or for their clients, to be able to give us feedback, to ask questions. Rares is going to show some cool skills he's built where you kind of have an automated FAQ engine within the Discord community. So this is just a resource for you to be able to interact with us, ask questions, as a couple of you already have, and be able to share things you're working on, brainstorm with other people. Similarly, we have our dev docs, which I think most of you have probably gotten a chance to look at. We've added to that with this some information on the skills, which we're continuing to add to. We have a wish list that we've put together in Coda. So you can review different skills that can be built that we've specifically asked for. So the bounty we've discussed for this program of $200 per accepted and used skill, we're going to accept skills that add value to people who are using this tool. So not just every single thing that's built, but these are examples of, if any of these things are successfully built, we're more than happy to offer the commission for whoever builds this first. So review this. I'm adding a status column in today where we can check things off as we go so that there's not duplicative building. And then last but not least, we have a GitHub repo that Rares set up that we're going to host code for these skills that get accepted into the marketplace. So we want to obviously be able to understand what's been pushed live, so we can vet it, make sure it's secure, make sure it's adding value to our customers. So the submission process is going to be to share our code through a repo, and then also to just record a quick demo like the one that Rares is going to share after this call, walking through what you built, why you built it, what it adds to the community. So back to you, Rares.
Yep. I think I'm able to share my screen now. Yep, there we go.
Awesome.
So I guess I'm going to quickly go to the CLI commands, like how we can interact with the marketplace to the CLI. But I'm just going to quickly mention that we are building the entire thing on the admin dashboard. So if you have already used Lua and the CLI tool, probably notice that you can open the admin dashboard where you can manage your agent. And we are going to put the marketplace in here so that it's more interactive. But for now, that's still in progress. So I've got the CLI for that. So I've got the marketplace command along with the other commands. So if you do that, you'll have like two options, as an installer and as a creator. I'm going to quickly show you as an installer how that would look like. You can browse and search for skills. Let me just search for Discord skill because I know there's one. There's two actually that I've worked on. I can give you more details on one, or I can install a skill from Marketplace, and let's just browse again for Discord, which shouldn't work right now because I'm already in the Discord agent itself, so I already have that on me. I can't install it again. But if it were a new agent, I could just install the Discord skill directly, and then a bunch of other commands that you'll use after you've already installed, like to upgrade or to uninstall, and everything that needs to be there. And as a creator is, I guess, the most important thing. That's the point of this meeting, because once you build a skill, you are like your Lua agent project, and then you do this command, and then you can go ahead and click list a new skill on the marketplace. And they are going to be prompted your skills that you have locally built. And let's say I want to publish the Discord community skill, and it's already listed. Let me just, I guess, unlist it from the marketplace and then publish it again. Let's remove it, and let's go ahead and list again. And it's going to be prompt me for one thing, which is going just a display name for now. But once we've built out the entire UI on the admin dashboard, it's going to prompt you for a couple of more stuff, like a GitHub URL if it's a public the endpoint, some screenshots, some explanations on how to use the skill, how to install it, what it's used for. Like it's going to be like a proper form with all the details that you need to publish it on the marketplace. Then let's go ahead and just give it this name. And then that's it. It's quickly as that. In the first iteration, we just need a name for it, and then it's going to be listed on the marketplace. But it's not installable yet because you have to publish a version of your skill, right? When you work on a skill, when you work on a skill or a job or a webhook on the Lua platform, you have to publish a version for it. So let's go ahead and also publish a version on the marketplace. And there we go. I've already published version 1.0.4, and yeah, let's publish version 3 for this time. You're going to have to give it a changelog, which can be any text, just an information what's new in this version, what's been updated. This is going to, let's say, v3, like long-term standing. Let's say here's the place where you can add an m variable, not the actual value, but the value that the user that installs the skills will need to provide. For example, let's say I want to install the Discord skill on my other agent, but it needs a Discord bot token to function, right? It needs to connect to Discord somehow. So this place is where you add all the variables that are needed, mandatory, or they can also be optional. And for example, let's go ahead and add a new one. Let's call it my test and encryption. A placeholder. Is this one required? Let's say it's not required. And an example value. Let's go ahead and click test. And I've got now two variables configured, the Discord bot token and my test temp. And I can go ahead, finish and continue. And yeah, of course, it's already in there actually because I published it before, but let's suppose it wouldn't be in there already. And then I've got my skills that I can just view everything that I've listed for my agent and currently working. You see this is the community skill, 0 installs yet, or another skill I've built for Discord. This one has like 2 installs, 1 version published, the latest version that's published, the m variables that are configured, and basically all this stuff. Once you publish a version, it's let me go ahead and publish an older version I haven't published before. To finish and continue, and you're going to see this message that it has been submitted for review, right? So once you publish a version, it's not yet installable. It has to be basically reviewed by the Lua team first. In the early iterations, you're going to have like more manual review. You're going to have a look at what you build, and publishing like a public report would be awesome to help us actually review it. But yeah, in the later phase, it's going to be all automated. And yeah, there we go. That's the basic stuff that you need to do to publish on the marketplace. Once you do that, we are going to be notified of it so that we can actually review it. No, yeah, I guess, do you have any questions about the interaction with the CLI? Or
We had one question on the Discord community about how these will be used. Would you mind showing too, like how someone's going to go through and add this skill to their agent and what that user experience would look like as well?
yeah, part of it, because it's the Discord one is quite a complicated setup. I can install the skill, but to actually make it work.
Sure. Just the rough experience. I was saying the question from Discord, it doesn't have to be fully implemented.
Yeah, I guess let me just check. I guess I have a test agent somewhere around here. That's it. That I can actually install a skill on. So let's do Lua Marketplace, but as an actual installer right now. So I'm going to set as an installer and install a skill for the marketplace. Let me search for the Discord one. And here it is. It's my moderator skill, because the other one I've just unpublished before and has to go to the review process. So let's suppose I'm installing this older one that I've been working on, and the latest version is version 17. And here I would have to actually input a real value of my Discord bot token. So I would go ahead and sign in my Discord account, in my Discord developer account, and I would get a bot token here and input a real value so that it can actually work. And then just proceed with the installation. And yeah, I guess this one is already installed. I've tested it before, so I guess I can go ahead and uninstall it first and show you how it works.
Cool.
Yeah, I might have to check stuff, because this is all the stuff that I've been debugging and working on and haven't checked in a while. So already installed. Install skills. Yeah, I guess I'll need some time to make the setup. I haven't checked this
That's okay.
in a while, so I might share my screen now, so that don't expose my sensitive information.
Fair enough. Cool. Well, let's we'll give a couple minutes for questions, and then I can just run through the skill approval process, and then we can run through the wish list of actual skills. Do we have any questions up to this point from anyone on the call?
Hi, Curtis. First of all, congratulations for the launch. I just wanted to know that how will be the task be distributed amongst the developers, so that there would be so that there would be not any waste of efforts and things like such.
Yeah, so let me say the question back. So how are we kind of assigning these out to make sure that there's not overlap on what people are working on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'd be interested to hear everyone's opinion there. We had planned to just mark things as in progress as they start, and then kind of award commission as they are completed, and have these be kind of self-serve for developers. I think we could also use the developer community as a way to do this. You can post, hey, I'm working on X skill, and then, kind of claim that for, whatever period it takes to complete it. But it's definitely self-serve. You can kind of choose what you want to work on, rather than kind of top-down assignments. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
Absolutely. Anyone else? All right, so I think we've had one person kind of complete a skill so far. What that approval process is going to look like is, like I showed on the GitHub repo, submitting your code so we can review that, and then just recording a quick demo video. Again, we'll see an overview of one of the skills that Rares has built as kind of an example. So you can kind of talk through what you've built, why you've built it, and then we can actually promote it to our audience. So kind of promote your work to our audience. At that point, we will, accept the skill once it's been reviewed, and remit the first half of your commission, and then the second half is remitted once it's installed, like Rares showed in the in someone's actual agent. So we're currently doing that through PayPal. If that doesn't work for somebody, obviously just let me know. But that's the plan at this point. Unless we have any questions on that, we'll kick it over to Stefan to just walk through the wish list quickly and kind of talk through some example skills that we're looking for. And then we can kind of use that as an active kind of collaboration time to think through how some of these would be built and what would be required.
Sure, let me just open up this sheet. Could you mind shooting it to me quickly? Sorry, I've just opened up a massive amount of tabs I can't find off one now.
I got you. I'll just drop it in the chat here.
Let me just use it. Okay. So can everyone see my screen? Good, I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Cool, awesome. So I want everyone to kind of think about a skill as being a functional business component of an agent. It's not just an integration into Stripe or into Salesforce. It's actually something that is functional within the business unit. So what we've done here is we've actually split the skills into different domains. So you've got a CRM, you've got there's accounting and finance, there's payments, there's banking and open banking, customer support, etc. So a skill set is something that when it's installed to the agent has the ability now to actually perform actions on behalf of the user on these external systems. So think about Salesforce. If I get a new sales lead coming in, or we have a chatbot sitting on a website, and a customer comes and talks to it, that chat but at some point wants to create, some lead in Salesforce, but it needs to kind of get a bit of information from the user to be able to execute that tool. So that's how we kind of look at these skills to be kind of business components that interact with external systems. So it's very much integrations downstream into third-party systems, but you add a lot more context to it so the agent fully understands how to kind of use this. And the idea would be that any Lua developer at some point comes along and says, hey, I actually don't have to do Salesforce, or I don't have to do HubSpot. Let me just install the two of them, given my API keys, and then my agent can take action on behalf on these downstream skill sets. Is that clear, or does everyone understand the concept of it? Okay, let's take that as a yes. Okay, so the best is kind of go scroll down these tables, pick whatever you're more comfortable with. So if you've worked with CRMs before, it makes sense for you to kind of just jump down to CRM. And there's the variations of these items. Same with ERP. So those of you who haven't worked with ERPs, mostly kind of stock related or kind of shopping related. Accounting, finance, if you worked in the accounting industry before, definitely jump into those. And then obviously the payments. And the way I would think about it is not just, I'm going to go to Stripe payments and billings and just do the integration. You should actually think about it as a developer, you're busy building a product, and this product requires you to, do Stripe payments or, monitor billing cycles, etc. So try and build it out so it's as functional as possible for anyone to kind of use in that sense. Perfect. Is that cool, Kurt?
Yeah, I think that's great. Do we have any questions on those skills or on, any specifics of those? Great. Well, I think that covers all the material we wanted to get through on this call. I'll be sending out some notes from this in the developer community afterwards. But before we go, are there any other questions about anything we've talked about or kind of Lua as a whole?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you guys hear me, please?
Sorry, what was that?
Hello, can you guys hear me? Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello, can you guys hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for the demo, and thank you so much for the products you guys are building out there. Okay. My question, because I'm actually very much new when it comes to AI as a whole. All right. I've been exploring on LangChain. Okay. But since I saw Lua, I wanted to actually kind of go into Lua and explore on Lua also. Okay, because of the abstraction and thereabout. Okay, I've been going through the documentation, but I know that there is no much resource in terms of video resource, okay, out there yet. Okay, so is there any plan on pushing out more video recording, maybe encouraging some other developers to actually kind of solve some problem and record it and let's say push it out there in YouTube? Is going to actually help people like me, okay, that is still coming up, and some other guys are also coming up with Lua.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's actually in progress. So if you go to our YouTube channel, we're starting to release kind of publicly as we have product releases. You'll see more of that really across all of our channels, but particularly YouTube. Our hope is too, as people start releasing skills, that we can start partnering with you to create some content around that as well to kind of build hype for what you're building. So yeah, that is very much the plan. Does that answer your question? Looks like yes. Cool. Ahmad, do you want to hop on audio, or do you want me to just answer in chat? Okay, well, I think your question is just whether you can build anything you want. And yeah, I mean, the answer is yes, you can build any skill. We're only paying for ones that like commission on ones that are kind of relevant to our core audience today, which would be ones that are on the wish list or maybe similar things. So if you have an idea of a problem you'd like to solve, you can solve it, you know, if you want to, but if you think it might be worthy of commission as well, just send us a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we can and let you know if it's a skill we want to have on the marketplace and are willing to offer commission for. But yes, you can upload, you know, anything as long as it's reviewed and you record that video. Does that answer your question? Great. I think that should be everything then. Any final questions?
Yeah, only one question, like how can we assess the developer community? Will we be getting any link?
Yeah, have you gotten the Discord link yet?
Was it in the email? I went to 2 to 3 links that was related to Skills Marketplace, the one Stefan just showed. But I'm not sure if the developers community link is in there too.
Should be. I also just threw it in the chat. So anyone who isn't already in there, go ahead and just click through that and you'll be able to get set up on it.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Well, thanks everyone. I appreciate the time. It's great to have you all building on Lua, and just feel free to ask questions as you go through the process. We're excited to make this a good experience for everybody.